Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So, not a whole lot of content this week, just kind of some small maintenance around the garage. The main thing that we're focusing on is the spark plugs for the Vrod. Sorry, that's the guest in the garage. You may see him around some in the video. We've got my dog today, so he's hanging out with us, doing his thing. This is Pug, and he's just checking everything out, making sure everything looks good. So we're doing some spark plug maintenance. We're gonna break off into the bike, get the parts out. So the spark plugs, while I'm in there, I'm gonna go ahead and read them for you and show you how you read a spark plug. And after that, we'll get the new ones installed. We'll get everything put back together, make sure everything is gapped, and the bike will be good to go. And if you stay tuned, I'll give you guys that clutch update from previous, I think 3 or 4 videos ago, and just kind of how it's gone now that I've got a couple miles on it. So with that being said, let's get into the bike, let's get it all tore down, and we'll go from there. As y'all can see, now we've got the accessories pulled out of the way, anything that could be a hindrance to getting the spark plugs out. So we've got the air filter pulled off just to give me more room to get my sockets in there. Over here to the right, we have this relay box pulled out of the way so that we could get down into here. And then our other one is up here. So I've already got those pulled out of the engine. At that point, you kind of want to make sure nothing falls down in the engine. You just have open holes, and this would be time for dirt and debris, things like that, to fall down into it. You definitely want to avoid that. So a couple things I wanted to point out. V-Rods use coil packs. So this would be a coil pack. This is my front one. That's why it's kind of a little more dirty. It seems to catch more from the slope of the head. This actually mounts right onto the spark plug and bolts onto your engine in these two locations. This is a very nice way of going about this and not really common at this time because it eliminates the need for extra parts like a coil, spark plug wire. You don't have to worry about that. It's one coil pack. Downside is when they go out, it's more expensive. So what I've got here is the old spark plug out of it. There's a couple things you want to look for whenever you're doing kind of this routine maintenance. You want to look to see what kind of color you're dealing with on the electrode. On mine, you can see it's kind of a light tan color. This light tan is a good indication that the engine is running correctly, running well. If it was black, that would mean that it's been running rich, and that could give other issues with fuel delivery, things like that, where it's actually giving it more fuel than it should. So it's a good sign that it's tan. It's showing that it's worn. You can see a little bit of fouling. So I'm running a little rich, but nothing too crazy. On top of that, if it was wet, that could be indications that you are getting fluid from somewhere, whether that be gas from it just cranking and not wanting to start and flooding it, or it could be, in my case, coolant, because the Vrod is a liquid-cooled bike. That could mean that you have head gasket issues, or you're just getting coolant into the cylinder, which is never a good thing. So right here, I've got a brand new spark plug from factory, or from Harley-Davidson, excuse me. And my part number actually for this, and I'll hold this up so y'all can see, this is the box it comes in. Sorry, my camera's having a hard time focusing there. So that's the part number and plug number for this bike. And one thing you always want to check is the gapping of it. So now I'm going to go ahead and gap the spark plug, get it dropped in, and then I'll catch up with y'all then. All right, and as y'all can see, it's back together. I test started it. Runs good, no misfires, nothing crazy. So that means we know everything was tightened down correctly. It's good to go for the next ride. So that being said, let's talk for a second. So I mentioned earlier in the video that we would talk about how the clutch is performing, if it's something that's worth doing, and just kind of an overall update on it. I took it out, let's see, probably about 2 days ago. It's been really kind of rough riding here in Oklahoma. It's been 30 degrees at night and 50 degrees during the day. And when you work from sunrise to sunset, there's not a whole lot of time to ride. So over this past weekend, I got a chance to take it out and really kind of see what it was capable of. That being said, I've been missing out for a long time. The bike has almost always had some weird third to fourth gear floating issue. I thought it was tire spin. I thought it was a lot of things. Wasn't really sure up till the point where I really got on it one day and it did not seem to want to go. So that being said, got that clutch put in a previous video, and now with this update, I can say 100% it is something worth doing. The slipper clutch is fantastic. The capability of having it slip under load, and let me correct myself there, not under load, but it allows for play within it for smoother shifts. When you're downshifting, it's not as hard hitting as a standard traditional clutch would be. Coupled with that all aluminum clutch basket that I have 100% confidence in that I will not be able to hurt, which is always a great thing. It really, really makes for a good package. It is fully worth the time, the investment, the money. It is everything that you can hope for, and I highly recommend it. So that's a big shout out to Fitzgerald Motorsports for just providing an awesome product that I've gotten to play with. And I did purchase it, so it's not like they gave it to me, but it is something that I recommend everybody who's got a Vrod picks up, especially if you're in the process of doing a clutch or need a clutch. It is a fantastic upgrade for this bike. So with that, that's it for this video. Make sure you like and subscribe, tell a friend about it, and leave a comment down below. That way I can kind of gauge what y'all like to see, what you don't like to see. If you've got criticism, let's hear it, and I'll see you in the next one.